Questions for
Yay.
Crystal about crystals.
Yay.
This is your girl right here, the crystal goddess Queen Dana from Our Mother Crystals, and everybody was obsessing over this beauty that I got from you.
Yummy.
Yeah. So, anyways, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you after that Reiki session?
Good. I'm doing good.
Well, I'm going to give Molly a break because she needs to recharge
Thank
the battery.
They're tired of me. They're tired of me. They want you, girl.
So I want to thank everyone that's joining on from my community. Hey, everyone. And I want to just say hello to everyone that's already on from Molly's live. Welcome. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us, and happy weekend. As you know, we have been starting the chakra series, and we are now into the sacral chakra. So we are going to talk about some of the crystals that can help enhance the sacral chakra, what it is, and how to know if it's flourishing or maybe if it's blocked. So I'm going to jump in, Molly, unless you have something to say.
No, I've been like I said, they probably want to hear you over it. Like I've been just blabbing away, and
she needs a break, y'all.
They're bored of me now.
I'm going to give her a little break. So let's talk about the sacral chakra. So this is an energy center that's typically found right underneath the belly button. It would be the womb space for the feminine community. Also, I like to think of it because belly buttons can sit high or low on the body. So I like to think of it lining up with my hips. So if my hips are here, this is where, if I come to the middle of my body here, this is where the sacral chakra, the energy center, is going to lie. And the sacral chakra is all about passion. It's about creativity. It's about birthing. You think of the womb space, birthing new ideas and bringing them out into creation. It is also associated with the sexual organs. So you think about sensuality and getting into your senses, and you think about, actual sex. And the sacral chakra, when it is unbalanced or maybe overactive, you will see that portrayed in different ways. Also, something the sacral chakra is attributed to is just feeling a sense of community, feeling like you belong. So think of when you're feeling withdrawn from society, that's because the sacral chakra, there might be something out of balance there. Also, when you have a very overactive and stimulated sacral chakra, you are in your creative juices. You are wanting to create, you're wanting to make things, you're wanting to, you have bursts of ideas and inspirations that come to you. You might have a high libido, and you are wanting to be part of a community. You feel like the oneness with everything. And that's a good sign that the sacral chakra is working in its highest light and highest honor for you. You also will feel really energized. So when the root chakra is balanced, you feel that too. But you will also feel that when the sacral chakra is ignited and fully expressing itself. So on the flip side of that, let's think about the sacral chakra and what it may be when it's underactive or maybe not as balanced. You're going to have a low libido. Physically, you might have lower back pain. You might have urinary tract infections. It expresses itself in the kidneys as well. You might feel like you want to become withdrawn, that you don't want to talk to anybody, that you don't want to be a part of a community. And none of those things are necessarily bad. It's just, a good indication that something may be out of balance or off. Also with the sacral chakra, if it's unbalanced, you may feel like you just have no inspiration, like you have no motivation. You don't want to create anything. You're not feeling real passionate about anything. Mm-hmm. And that's a sure sign that the sacral chakra may be out of balance. So you can make a significant correlation here of how important I think the sacral chakra is. And I was trying to find something orange to wear, and I was like, oh my God, I don't have anything freaking orange, so I'm doing a burnt orange today.
No, that's good. This is orange, but it kind of looks red. I love this bracelet. This is yes. And then I always think too, the sacral, the sunset, beautiful energy, Yeah,
and I think of grandfather son too when I think of the sacral chakra. You're going to see with my crystals here a lot of some that can correlate to the solar plexus, which is, you know, associated with grandfather sun, but also the sacral chakra. A lot of these will coincide with both chakras. So let's get into the crystals, guys. Yes, I'm so excited. So and if anyone is familiar with human design, I am a generator and my authority is from the sacral chakra. So I thought about what I was wearing this morning, and because my sacral chakra is pretty much what gives my body and my essence and my soul life, it's always active for the most part. I am going to have off days with that. But I feel like because I have a very active sacral chakra, I don't like feel the need to have a lot of orange in my life. That's just kind of the correlation I made. So, you know, think about that too. So with crystals, I'm going to start with my all-time favorite for the sacral chakra. Guys, it's Carnelian. 100% Carnelian.
Ooh, look at that. That one is so gorgeous.
Yeah. So this is a heart, obviously. This can be associated with the root chakra as well. I did have this out during our last live talking about the root chakra. But for me personally, and I want to preface everything I say that these are suggestions, these are industry standards, and these are the things that have worked for me in my practice when working with the chakras. So I don't want to limit you to just these crystals. These are just my personal favorites. So Carnelian, my all-time favorite for the sacral chakra, phenomenal women for the womb space. So let's talk about anything that's associated with the womb space. That could be giving birth. That could be transitioning into menopause. That could be, if you're on your moon cycle, having cramps. All these things can be, I don't want it to replace modern medicine or anything, but it can enhance the likelihood of, say, you getting pregnant, or helping to calm down the cramps, or helping you to transition into a more peaceful transition in your life, especially if you're going through menopause. So anything womb space related, Carnelian is great for that. And that is associated with the sacral chakra. Now, also, we call this lovingly at OMC, we call this the hanky panky stone.
Woo! Yeah.
So if you want to get your libido going, maybe you're having a low libido right now. Maybe your partner is having a low libido right now. Think of bringing in Carnelian to help ignite the passion. Remember, the sacral chakra is, I just got chills, is all about passion. So if we are wanting to enhance that energy or amplify that energy, Carnelian is beautiful.
This is mine.
Ooh, look at yours, all sexy and seductive over there.
Woo! Yeah, this side it's like a little like darker. It's kind of like the dark fin.
I love that.
And then we've got like the, I love me some Carnelian.
Me too. So this is a form of agate, and pretty much widely available on the crystal market. But if you are wanting to work on the sacral chakra, and maybe you're just wanting to work on just creating more passion in your life, and maybe getting more in detail about what you want to create or what you want to birth out into existence, grab Carnelian and maybe do a journal session and let the Carnelian help guide you and amplify your inspiration from spirit in order to do that. This will.
I just had to say, Daniel just said it's the Marvin Gaye of crystals. So it has let's get it home.
Yes, honey.
Love that.
Yes, I love that. Thank you, Daniel.
The Marvin Gaye. See, now okay. You can use that when you're like on your lives. The Marvin Gaye. He is
totally hired to nickname all my crystals. I love that. So Carnelian is number one. So I'm just going to randomly pick from here on out. Mm-hmm. I have peach moonstone. So I have an actual moon face here in peach moonstone.
Ooh, that's pretty.
So you're going to see a lot of peach, orange colored crystals on the table here. Obviously being associated with the sacral chakra, its color being orange. Now, here's what I want to preface here about moonstone. I feel any type of moonstone is phenomenal for the sacral chakra. In this case, I brought out my peach moonstone, but there's rainbow moonstones, there's black moonstones, and there's different varieties of feldspars. All of these are, again, excuse me, phenomenal, not only for the womb space for the women, but for the sexual organs of the men as well. Now, when we talk about peach moonstone in the sacral chakra, this is basically conjuring the energy of grandmother moon. So instead of grandfather sun, we are now going to balance the energy of the sacral chakra. Speaking of feminine and masculine properties, because all of them have a balance to them, we want to make sure that the feminine side and the masculine side is balanced in that particular chakra. So I love any type of moonstone in order to achieve that. So this is bringing a more fluid, a more gentle energy to the table. So where Carnelian is really punchy and energizing, and it's like a volt of energy.
Yes.
The moonstone is going to be a little bit more subtle and a little bit more gentle. So maybe if you're just starting out with the sacral chakra and using crystals to heal that, get some moonstone and try that. Now, next I have
a question.
Yes.
So what about the orange color of the salt lamp? Like, I guess you can see my, like, can that, like, just bringing that, like, energy into the bedroom?
Yes, I actually have a orange Himalayan salt lamp in the bedroom.
Okay.
It was placed there on purpose.
Yeah.
To create that passion, to create, you know, that sensuality, essentially. Yeah. But also to clear. So we want to clear the vibes as we are creating that atmosphere. So we basically, we tell all the bad to go and all the good to come in when using that. I think whoever asked that, you know, that is such a great question and a very good point.
Vibes asked that. Yeah, she asked about the salt lamp. And
yes.
So and that has a gorgeous color like that.
Yes, it's that rich, vibrant, joyous, passionate type of energy. So yes, you can absolutely use that to help support the sacral chakra and the energy that comes from the sacral chakra. My next crystal here is Vanadinite. This is also known as Vanadinite. It's just kind of like tomato, however you want to pronounce it. But Vanadinite. This is also,
I don't think I know it. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
You always show me ones I've never even, I mean, Bananite. See, and you probably would give me ones that I can't say.
It starts with a V as in Victor, Vanadinite. Okay. My country twang will get me in trouble sometimes. So however I pronounce things, but this is great for the root chakra as well as the sacral chakra. So you think about wanting to get more in your creativity flow. You think about wanting to get more, like, what do I actually desire? Yeah. This is the crystal to have for that. So let's say I want to get in meditation, and one thing that Vanadinite is phenomenal for is turning off the monkey brain and mind chatter so you can get inspirations. So I love using this. Like, if I'm feeling like I'm unmotivated or uninspired and I need some direction from spirit, I will grab this and then set the intention with my meditation to get inspiration from spirit. I get myself out of the way by using Vanadinite, and now I'm going to get inspired thoughts. I am going to get creative action to take on whatever my next endeavor is going to be. Maybe, and I'm not talking just art, guys. I'm not, saying when we're creative, we're just making art and stuff like that. You can be creative in so many ways in your life. But Vanadinite is going to help to support that, especially during meditation. So another one of my faves.
Yeah, that's really gorgeous. I love that.
Yeah, thank you.
Does it come in like tumbler, like smooth, or is it mostly raw?
It's 99% of the time it is going to be raw because because of the softness of the actual crystal itself. When it comes to polishing and tumbling crystals, this is going to almost, typically break.
Okay.
So you're going to see it in terminations like that in the raw. Gorgeous. Aren't they beautiful?
Yes.
And they're just pretty to look at. So next on my list is Bumblebee Jasper, guys. Oh my God, I love this stone. If that doesn't make you smile, I don't know what will. So think about the name. Well, it gets its name because of the striping. It looks like a bumblebee, but it's buzzy. Okay, it has this, it literally has a buzzy energy to it. So let's say I'm feeling sluggish. I'm feeling just not like I want to do anything, unmotivated.
Yeah.
This is one of the stones or the crystals that you're gonna want to incorporate into your practice, or that I suggest incorporating into your practice to get out of those feelings. So if I'm wanting some punchy energy in my day, or maybe I'm just looking to bring a little bit of joy and laughter into my day, that's going to help support the sacral chakra. So laughing and dancing and feeling joyous all help to support the sacral chakra. And I can do this by now bringing in that joyous, childlike, buzzy energy to help with my imagination and to help get me more creative and passionate. And
I don't have that one either. See, you would show all the ones that I don't have. So then on your next live, I'm going to have to be like, well, what did she tell me?
I mean, funny enough, I am going to have this on my next live. So yeah, we will have Bumblebee Jasper available for anyone that's interested. But again, another phenomenal crystal for the sacral chakra, just working with a different energy with the sacral chakra. Now,
hold on. Sorry, Dana. Can we just, what is the ring that you have on?
I just got this ring and I'm obsessed.
Okay, wait, let me see.
I'm assuming you're talking about this one.
Yeah. What is it?
So this is an amethyst.
Holy tamale.
And then this is like a flower with 2 half moons. And then inside the flower is a moonstone.
Oh my.
I'm obsessed.
That is gorgeous. Wow.
Yeah. And it's fully adjustable. So I can wear it on any finger. I love it so much. I got this from Hey Plant Lady Studio. She's huge on Instagram.
What is it?
Hey Plant Lady Studio.
Okay.
So yeah, go get you one. I love supporting her. She's amazing. Obviously has the goods, right? So I have a bit of a smaller tumble here. This is amber.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So amber is, I don't want to say always. I prefer to use amber for because it is a prehistoric, it's a fossil type of crystal or stone. I like to call upon ancestors, guides, spirit guides when using this, but also I want you to think, because it is associated with the sacral chakra, I want you to think about, what if you just don't even know, what is it that I actually desire in life? What is it that I want to create? What if you need more guidance in that area of your life and that will help to support the sacral chakra? This is where amber comes in. So if you are needing just direction as far as what is my next step? What do I want to create? What am I actually passionate about? What actually does bring me joy? Because sometimes we don't know. Those can actually be pretty hard questions to answer.
It's like, what's my purpose? Like some people are like, I know that something, but some people have,
100%. And that is part of the sacral chakra being unbalanced and inactive. So you think about being one with the whole, or being part of a community and wanting to communicate and wanting to be a part of something bigger. Your purpose, that's all in the sacral chakra.
Yeah.
So if you need direction on something of that nature, amber is going to help us to clarify what that is. And again, you can use these in any way that you want. You can put these in a crystal grid.
Can you see mine?
Yeah. Oh, you got a big old piece, girl.
But it's interesting because it's so light.
Yes. So
light. It's crazy.
Considering the size of any type of amber, it is going to be extremely lightweight. This is actually fossilized like tree sap and tree resin. I will have these in spheres in the next coming shows, and they do UV react. They're amazing.
So someone said that if I put a black light to this, it would show green.
Yeah, is depending on the type of amber. So it might show green, it might show blue.
This one, they said green. Now, I don't have a black light, so I can't do it. But it was so interesting. When I held this, it was like I could feel, I wasn't going for like a piece. I could feel the energy. Like, it's like I know that sounds strange, but I'm wondering because it's from the tree and the sap and the energy and I don't know. It just feels, it's the one crystal I can really feel.
It's like holding a moment of time from Mother Earth. We're holding something that's prehistoric and has all the energies from that time wrapped up inside of it. And I think that we feel that. So when I work with fossils, I always feel that. Like I'm a huge fossil, ancient type of energy person. Like that's what I connect to, right?
Yes.
And so you will feel that with amber. And that's probably some of what you were picking up on was just the ancient type of energy that.
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, someone asked, so how can we use amber? So
so you can use it. You can use any of your crystals any way that you want to. I am not here to limit you. I'm here to help you. So a lot of people are like, there's so many rules. I have to do this. I have to do that.
No, we're rule breakers. We just.
Yes, honey. And that's why I love Molly. You are probably sick of me saying this, but I'm here to tell you to break the rules. There are no rules when working your magic. So if something feels good to you to do it with your crystal, then absolutely do that. So it could be you putting these in a crystal grid, setting the intention to find my purpose, to get inspiration on my purpose. It could be simply carrying it with you and saying, I want to get inspired thought today. Literally something as simple as that. It could be sleeping with it under your pillow to have dreams that help you to decipher what it is you want to get motivated about, what you are passionate about. It could be wearing it to invoke that energy throughout your day. You are literally limited by your own beliefs here. So whatever you can imagine, the way to work with your crystal, that is your limit. So me personally, I love to meditate with my crystals. So I would meditate with amber with the intention of bring me inspiration, bring me downloads, maybe call in my spirit guides, my spirit team to help assist me with what is my freaking purpose? You all help me. I need help.
Right.
So just
what about like the teeth? Because someone said that they're like, there's the amber necklaces, like for like children that are like, have you seen those or heard about that? It's supposed to help with, is it supposed to help with like the pain or teething or what? Do you know?
So amber is a natural, depending on what you believe, it is a natural physical healer. So when we talk about physical healing, do you remember me talking about petrified wood as one of my favorites? Okay, so it's ancient Mother Earth energy. Same thing with amber. It came from wood. It came from trees. This is a natural, just overall physical healer.
So it would be like that petrified wood and the clear quartz, anything.
Exactly.
Okay, so that helps with any, amber can help with any really physical symptom, pain.
Correct.
So okay, cool. See, I didn't know that. And that's, so.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is with crystals, they're multifaceted, so they're multi-useful. I'm not saying that this is the only thing it's good for. You know, it can be a multitude of different things. I am here to not limit you, but to expand you. You know, working with crystals should be fun, guys. It should not be hard. It should not be like, oh my God, I'm scared I'm going to do this wrong. It should be so much fun. These are gifts given to us by Mother Earth. They should be here to not limit us, but to expand us. So just always keep that in mind. There are no rules, guys. You get to work your magic with them. And I do want to just say, Christine Zen, thank you so much for being here. She said, I started working in a crystal shop last December and so excited to find your channel. Thank you so much. And congratulations on your job working in that crystal shop, girl. I am going to get into my next crystal here. Now, this is Tiger's Eye. Okay. So I have it in a Buddha statue right here. But Tiger's Eye is great for the sacral chakra, but also the solar plexus. Again, there's an overlap there. But let's think about having the courage to work on ourselves, you know, to make these changes in our life so that we can expand the sacral chakra. We can get into our creativity, our passion, and our senses. You know, the sacral chakra is all about sensuality. So this is going to help to encourage us to do so. So sometimes we feel stuck and we don't know which direction to go. That's part of the sacral chakra being blocked as well. So Tiger's Eye is going to give us the courage to start moving forward and start making the changes in our life in order to do so, in order to facilitate those changes. Now, the next thing on my list is Sunstone, and I have it in an obelisk tower here. And Sunstone, also known as orchid calcite in some areas, this is, think about, again, grandfather son energy. It's bursting with energy. It's super high vibrational. It has that beautiful orange color associated with the sacral chakra. So you are going to be able to invoke, let's say, solar energy to help that. Yeah, to help, like it. I think I like to think of it as like a jumper cable for the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. So you are,
like kind of both. It kind of helps to balance like both.
It does, because remember, if one's out of balance, the rest of them are going to be out of balance. So I like to think of this as a jumper cable from the sun and Mother Earth to like, bam, I am opening up my sacral chakra. I am going to get juicy with my life. I am going to get sexy with it. I am going to be passionate about my next project in life. I'm going to be more passionate with my family, or myself, no one else has to even be involved. This can be all just for you. But I love, love, love Sunstone for this, just invoking in that beautiful grandfather sun energy in crystal form. And just it's an ignition and an igniting of that chakra. This one's fun, guys. The next one. So this is peach selenite.
Oh gosh.
We love our selenites.
Oh, I need some of that in my life, man.
So I've got it in an egg shape.
Gorgeous.
Aren't they beautiful? I die over any type of selenite, satin spot.
Oh, I love selenite. I'm obsessed. So that's one of my favorites.
Yes.
That's gorgeous.
So Deadpan asked about it being overactive. I did already touch on that in the beginning. I'll touch on that again in just a second. Thank you guys so much for the questions. So
gorgeous.
All right, let's just talk about this. There's a couple of things going on with peach selenite. Look at that flash. Oh my God, so good. So we talked about like the Himalayan salt lamp being clearing and then, igniting the energy as well. Same rules apply with peach selenite, or in this case, peach satin spar. It's a form of gypsum. So I'm wanting to, let's say I want to do a reset. I just feel like I need to reset my sacral chakra. I'm going to clear it with the selenite, but then I'm also going to start healing it and calling back in that beautiful, creative, juicy energy that really gets me going. And you can do both of those things simultaneously with peach selenite. So this is a good, this is a good starter crystal for the sacral chakra. I will have these in an upcoming live sale. I just got them in stock. I was thinking more like around Easter, but maybe I'll go ahead and release them.
Those are pretty.
So I also want to talk about the egg shape. So the egg shape, the shape does matter when it comes to your crystals, especially when they're carved. You think about birth. You think about creating. It's creation. You're getting ready to hatch something into existence. So that's all about the sacral chakra. So we've got a triple whammy here, guys. We can clear, we can ignite, and we can call in using the energy of an egg to birth something into existence.
I love that.
This is a great one for the sacral chakra. Okay. You guys are like, what is that huge chunk in front of her? Oh my gosh. So many of you, if you've been following me for any amount of time, I do like to feng shui with crystals. I am limited on that knowledge, but I learn something new every day. So in the center of your dwelling, which in my case is the living room, what is it? That's going to be like the general energy of your actual dwelling. So I have talked about over a course of the 3 years that I've had Our Mother's Crystals, this huge chunk of orange calcite that I keep in the living room because I want to invoke a harmonious, joyous, vibrant, childlike, passionate energy in my home. That's what I want the whole dwelling to be.
Yeah.
I want to feel good when I come home, right?
That is one big chunk.
So this is my baby. This is the one I actually have in my living room.
Wow.
And orange calcite, it just looks like a dreamsicle to me. I want to eat it. Looks so good. But this is, again, all about the sacral chakra. And this is going to be a more, I don't want to say gentle, but it is a more soothing vibe to like the sacral chakra. So again, where carnelian or vanadinite is really punchy, this is just a more soothing, kind of flowy energy for the sacral chakra. And again, it's all about inviting in the joy, the childlike nature, the passion, the creativity, the sensuality back into your life and opening up the sacral chakra in order to do so. But, someone had asked, what are the different ways to use this? Well, this is one of the ways I like to use my crystals. So I am actually like igniting the sacral chakra of my house when I have this in the center part of the dwelling. So just a cool little tip if you guys
is it considered, so because I have one. Where is mine?
Thank you, Brittany.
Well, I have.
And thank you, Chrissy.
Mine's like baby compared to yours. So is it considered yellow or because is it yellow or orange calcite?
So it does depend because there is yellow calcites as well.
I don't even know what mine is.
Yours is definitely orange.
Okay,
mine
that's what orange, I thought. But
though it is a lighter variety of the orange, but you go lighter, it will be yellow. Okay. So I do have a bunch of these during our next live sales. If anyone is interested, I just got them back in stock. So I don't know why, but it was like everything for this like next live sale like totally coincided with the sacral chakra. It was beautiful how it worked out. But anyway,
this is a nice.
I love this crystal. Now I do have one crystal that I do recommend that I don't have on the table. I forgot to bring it out. It is tangerine quartz. So it's a quartz that is orange, just naturally.
Wow. And it's natural like that.
Yeah, you can make obviously a significant correlation of using the natural quartz to help amplify the energy of the orange hematite or iron that is in that crystal to help ignite the sacral chakra as well. So that's one I don't have a preview of, but that is definitely one that I highly suggest. It's called tangerine quartz.
That's gorgeous.
So someone had asked, what is it when the sacral chakra is overactive? So when it's overactive, you might feel, let's see, let me get my words straight here. You might have an overactive sex drive. Mm-hmm. You know, that is pretty typical. You might be feeling so, like you honestly, you feel drained because you have so much energy and you don't know what to do with it. So you might feel like you're all over the place and you're like, oh my God, well, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. That's an overactive sacral chakra. And because it's so overactive and it's causing, havoc on the nervous system, you will at the end of the day feel really drained because of that. Do you have anything to add to that, Molly, as far as it being overactive? Well,
and even just like the pleasures or I would even just, like you said, anything that's overactive, like you're not really, that overactive sex drive,
and when it's overactive too, like you think of, your passions and your creativity and being like one in the community, feeling like you might be feeling like you've got to go and be out all the time with people to feel any type of love. Mm-hmm. And that is something I've always associated with the sacral chakra if it's overactive. So if I am reaching and grasping for things outside of myself, that means that that's a little overactive and we need to bring it back down to a stable level. So I'm not feeling the need to look for outside things to bring me a sense.
Like even substance or, it's like.
Yes, it shows up at
food, substance, spending. You're like, oh yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like that over
that
like
is,
too much, where you're like, all right, that's a little.
That was the word I could not get out of my mouth. It's addiction. So it will show up in the form of addictive behavior.
Yes.
And that comes
because you're looking for that joy, that punch, you're wanting more. And a lot of times, like I'll say, because the sacral has so much emotional energy, sometimes we're trying to mask, right, those heavier feelings of like shame, guilt, fear, whatever. So we're looking for outside things to either cover it up or to feel a sense of joy because we can't find it within ourselves,
That's so powerful. And that's another, the emotion tied to like an overactive sacral is shame.
Yes.
So if you do feel shame about things, think about like starting to rebalance the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is so freaking important. I talk about you got to start with the root. It's the most important. Mm-hmm. But the sacral is next, guys. So when you're feeling these feelings, because it is a very emotional energy center, that it's just what it is an indication that something is off. And when you become aware of that, you now have like little tips and tricks in using crystals, in this case, to help support it and to help get it back down. So you yourself are going to feel better in your everyday life.
Yeah.
Now, there are other ways to help support sacral chakra. We've talked about this with the root chakra. You can wear orange. So if you feel like you need to support your sacral, wear the colors orange. Eat orange foods. Think about juicy oranges, peaches, carrots. I think here is my number one sacral chakra food. Sushi. Sushi is sexy. It's got that seductive, just sexy look and feel to it. And you think if you eat salmon, sushi, that rich pinky pink color, that is feeding the sacral chakra. Other ways is like color therapy, as we said, music, toning, using your crystal singing bows or your Tibetan singing bows, listening to frequencies that are attuned to the sacral chakra. And Molly, if you have any other suggestions.
I mean, all of those are great. And I always I talk about those. I mean, using crystals, of course, using energy work. So energy work to balance whether you need to kind of move that stagnant energy, or if it is an overabundance, it's almost like pulling that energy back in. It's kind of balancing it. So energy work, and not just like Reiki, but you could do like Qigong or like Tai Chi, even anything, any type of movement.
Yes. I'm
grounding your energy too, just kind of going inwards, meditating. If it's that overactive, would this be considered? Do you feel my hematoid or the quartz? Do you feel like this is
Yes. So anything with hematite iron in it is associated with the root chakra and can be associated with the sacral chakra as well. They both work. It's kind of one of those overlapping crystals. Yeah. And here's the thing. What do I always tell you guys?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
But I'm always
like, because I'll do this a lot on the sacral or the root.
Because here's the thing. What does it feel like to you? So Molly, in your case, you might feel like that fire quartz or that hematite quartz is like really great for the sacral chakra.
Yeah.
Where the next person might feel a lot of love from a fire quartz. So in that case, it would be working on the heart chakra for them. So again, you're not limited to any of this. It is all about a feeling and using your intuition when choosing your crystals to help support these chakras. So there is no literal right or wrong. It's all about like how it feels for you. Now, these are industry standards. These are what I've incorporated into my practices over the years that I know help me and help my clients and what have you. But you're not limited to any of this. But I think fire quartz, think about it. I mean, fire is passion.
Yeah.
It's burning with intensity. So absolutely great for the sacral chakra.
What about
sardonyx? Yeah, you have a sardonyx there. Beautiful for the root, and the sacral chakra as well. Working with Mother Earth energy to help balance you. So when I think of sardonyx, I think of Mother Earth energy. All crystals are Mother Earth energy, but this one in particular just feels really deeply rooted and connected. So, yes, I would 100% say that would be beautiful for the
kind of reminds me of like tiger stripings too. So I think of that kind of has that like, I don't know, that
my favorite type of onyx
feel, I guess, too, like root or sacral, but
it does. It has a sexy feel to it. Yes. A lot of crystals do overlap into different chakras. And again, remember, it's just all about a feeling. So I always use the rose quartz as an example. This is great for the heart chakra, but it might feel really safe to you and it feels really grounding.
I love that. Like, cause that's like, it's like a nurturing energy for that like womb space, or like bringing in that like softness, the sweetness. Maybe it needs like healing, like a gentleness.
So
I love that.
Like most people would associate rose quartz with just the heart chakra, but I call BS, because this might feel like a really big freaking hug from Mother Earth, and that is going to root you in your root chakra and get you feeling grounded and safe. So again, it's all about a feeling. So yes, most crystals are going to overlap into different chakras. Absolutely. And then someone had asked, is that the feeling of needing to mother everyone? Maybe the sacral chakra being off if you want to mother everyone. So I think it could be, though I do believe that is more heart centered. I think that is a underactive heart chakra. involved there. But yeah, I can see a correlation there of the sacral chakra being out.
I always like joke kind of, or it's actually one of like my mentors said this. So like that wanting to mother everyone, or like, let's think of that heart chakra. It's like, why are you trying, like our breasts, why are we trying to nurse every person? Like, you know what I mean? Like nursing the world, nursing.
Exactly.
Let me give, it's like,
I love that. I love that metaphor.
Yeah. It's like, as women, we're trying to feed, we're trying to nurse, we're trying to do this. What are we trying,
and just as women in general, we nurture, it's just in our nature to do that. But when we overly want to do that, we then have to take a look at ourselves and say, why am I not loving myself enough to where I feel like I got to love on everybody else to get their approval? Yeah. Or to help them. Yeah. It comes down to just, where is the heart chakra and loving yourself in that instance. But I can make a little bit of a correlation there. Yeah. Definitely. That's something I never thought of, to the sacral chakra, for sure.
I love that. I really like that too.
Yeah. I mean, that's womb space. That's mother energy. Yeah. And wanting to feel like that connection to a community and wanting to be a part of everything, that makes sense to me, that the sacral chakra might be out of balance there. That's such a great question.
The name of Dana's is, do you want to say like all your platforms so they can, someone asked as far as the name of your crystal shop, but if they want to follow you for, cause it's different.
Well, just because you're a man does not mean that you don't overly nurture or what have you. This transcends any type of gender. I mean, because both sides can have these types of traits and these types of personalities and these types of things, for sure. So, yes. All right, all my platforms, my goodness. So we do most of our retelling on Instagram. We are fairly big on Instagram. We have a huge community over there of like-minded individuals, and we do Instagram story cells and Instagram live cells. And you can join us at Our Mother's Crystals. And the link is in my bio here on TikTok. And then
when is your next live sale?
Yeah, we're going to have a mega 3-day live event with a story cell. So the 3-day live event is the 24th, 25th, 26th of February. We're going to go live for 3 days, guys, at different times to accommodate everyone. And then the Thursday before that, we're going to have a 24-hour story cell. So you are going to be able to claim things at your leisure before we even go into the live cells that Thursday before, which will be the 23rd. And
how does that work? So you'll post something on your, because I don't think I knew that. Like something will come up and you just like comment or.
Yeah. So like in our story section, if you're familiar with, TikTok has a story section too. Yeah. So like in our story section on Instagram, I'll have all kinds of things. It could be tumbles, metaphysical supplies like incense burners, cauldrons, sprays, Doug's candles that are crystal infused, lots and lots and lots of stuff. Okay. In addition to crystals and crystal jewelry. And what you'll do is you just, you look at that slide in the story section. You're like, oh yeah, I want that. Then you would just reply to the story. It will send me a DM and I'll go ahead and pull that for you, get you a box started. And then once all the live cells have concluded, because you can continue to add things to your box from the live cells. Okay. Cool. We combine it all together and then we invoice and send out via PayPal. And then you can also join us on Facebook. We have a Facebook group. And then we also have a Instagram page and a YouTube and a podcast called the Crystalline Network. And Molly has been a guest on there. So if you haven't had a chance to check out her episode, it's on there as well. And again, it's called the Crystalline Network. You can type in Our Mother's Crystals on YouTube and be able to find us that way. But we're on all major podcast streaming platforms as well.
And then on here, it's OMC Crystal Shop.
Yeah, on here, it's OMC Crystal Shop. Yeah. And then, oh my God, I know I'm leaving something out because we're all over social media. But those are the major.
Facebook, YouTube.
Pinterest, Twitter.
Gosh, girl,
we have a website. We have a website if anyone, the majority of our inventory is on our live cells, guys. I reserve about 90% of our inventory for the live cells because they are so huge. But you can find some things readily available on our website as well.
Yeah.
An OMC sales page. Yes. Thank you, Brittany Saget. We do have a sales page as well where you can just buy crystals at your leisure from our feed. I just started that.
Someone asked, this isn't necessary, but had the question, crystals for autism and ADHD.
Oh, yes. Number one is fluorite.
Fluorite. Okay.
Yeah. So it works on the third eye and the crown chakra. It helps with a overactive mind. It helps, again, ADHD, any type of mental, I hate to say illness, but any type of mental incapacity or mental dis-ease. Fluorite is phenomenal for that. Again, not replacing any type of modern medicine or any recommendations from your doctor, just simply helping to enhance.
Do you feel like with the fluorite, like, does it matter if it's rainbow, green, or purple, or just really any type?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
In my belief, it does not matter.
Yeah.
Though rainbow fluorite, so having the multitude of colors in the fluorite is typically the go-to for that. Mm-hmm. But I think all the fluorites help. Even if it's just blue, or if it's just green, or if it's just purple, or if it's just clear, it doesn't have all the rainbow colors. Those are going to be so beneficial for that as well.
Someone asked if they are new to crystals, like, you know, do you have recommendations if they're new and, you know, getting their first crystals? Like, do you have any?
Yeah, I mean,
you know, it can be overwhelming, you know.
It's so overwhelming. So I've been there before. I was the crystal newbie, the crystal beginner. Like, where do you freaking begin? So my general rule of thought with that is, you need to pick what calls to you. Yeah. So if you can, pick them up and feel them. Maybe go to a local store and see what you're drawn to, what feels good to you. What is lighting up your hands when you hover over it? What's lighting up your hand when you're placing that crystal in your hand? If you can't do that, guess what? It doesn't matter. Everything is energy. So if you're just looking at a picture or maybe a video, let's say I've got the orange calcite showing, and you're like, oh my God, I feel something in my body. Like, I feel buzzing. I feel something. I feel attracted to it, and I don't know why. That is a good indication on that is a crystal that wants to work with you and your energy. And it may very well be an energy that you are needing at that time or moment in your life. So I'm really big about using your intuition when it comes to crystals. Now, here's the thing. There are several crystals that I recommend for anyone and everyone because they're beneficial for all. Number one is clear quartz. Clear quartz is the master healer. It helps to amplify all the other crystals, and you can easily program it with your intention to do whatever you desire. So clear quartz is the Mac Daddy. It does it all. So anyone and everyone can benefit from having clear quartz. One of the other crystals that I typically like to recommend is obsidian. Black obsidian is easily accessible. It's found in smooth varieties if they want to carry it with them. And it is a protection crystal. It helps to keep you grounded, but also helps to protect you from EMF and negative energy just in general. And I think everybody can just benefit from that. So I always like to have that in a starter kit. The third one is rose quartz. Rose quartz, again, easily accessible. Everyone, I don't care who the freak you are, you got to work on your heart chakra. We all have a little bit of healing to do on the heart chakra. Plus, we want to just feel some love in our life, man. And rose quartz is so phenomenal for that. It is definitely the go-to crystal for that. And it's just calming and soothing. My fourth crystal I recommend for all newbies is selenite or satin spar. Again, easily accessible. And we want to maybe project negative energy away, but you know what? We also want to clear it at the same time. So selenite, phenomenal crystal to help clear your energy on a daily basis, to help clear your other crystals that you use on a daily basis. It's also super high vibrational. So if you are just wanting a natural vibe raiser, and I think everybody can benefit from that, selenite is definitely a go-to for that as well. So those four would be my tops. If you're like, I have no idea where to start, I'm not feeling anything, get those four and start working with them.
A couple other questions, and I'll just give you both of them. Someone asked crystals for kidneys, and someone also, which is interesting, asked, why does hematite make me feel nauseous?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Because of the iron, or?
So at the beginning of this, I don't know if you guys heard me or not. I kind of said it in passing. The sacral chakra is associated with the kidneys. Mm-hmm. So sometimes when the sacral chakra is blocked, underactive, overactive, or just not balanced, you will feel that in kidney pain, lower back pain, and get urinary tract infections. I'm not saying that's the only reason you're getting mm-hmm. those things, but it could be contributing to it. So guess what? All of the crystals I listed today, wonderful for the kidneys.
Okay, perfect. So, and then the hematite nauseated, is that like...
You know, everyone's energy is different. So... Right. That can happen with a multitude of crystals, not just hematite.
Yes.
Now, hematite does have some metallics mm-hmm. in it. So mm-hmm. I am like, if I'm looking at it from a scientific viewpoint, there might be a metallic allergy there, or there might be just something in the mineral composition that doesn't jive with them actually physically. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm not talking about the energetic body. I'm talking about the physical body. Mm-hmm. If we talk about the energetic body, it may be a crystal that you do not need in your life right now. So if you ever get an off-putting feeling from a crystal, like, ooh, it may not be the energy that you actually need right now. Now, on the flip side of that, because there's two rules of thought on this, Molly, and everyone that's listening, some mentors and some experts will say, well, that's exactly what you need because you feel off put by it. That means you need more of that energy. Well, I say energy doesn't lie. So if something is off putting to me, I'm going to freaking trust that. And I'm going to say, I probably don't need that in my life right now.
Yeah.
So a couple of things might be going on there. It might be an energetic thing where you just don't need the hematite. You might want to try another grounding protection crystal, or you might be having an actual physical type of, I don't want to say allergy, but reaction to some of the mineral makeup that's in that actual crystal, which can happen.
Someone asked about Jasper. Is Jasper healing?
All crystals are healing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it depends on what you're wanting to heal. There, to me, and just my personal belief, is that each crystal has its own unique abilities to heal you in a certain way. Mm-hmm. And it's up to you to, one, either use your intuition to decipher what that is, become more educated on what all the different, crystals and, things that they do metaphysically. So depending on the type of Jasper will be dependent on what it is going to heal. I freaking love Jaspers. There's African bloodstones. So all the bloodstones I love. There's picture Jaspers. Yes, honey. Yes. There's, oh my God, there's so many Jaspers.
This is one of my favorites. Varieties. I think this is one of my favorites.
You got zebra jasper? Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my God.
This was one of the first crystals that I ever got. Oh. That was like my own personal, and I love this one. To me, it's very protective. It's very safe and protective.
Oh, it's beautiful, Molly.
Yeah, I really, and yet, earth energy. And
yet again, another crystal, if you ever decide to let it go, I want it.
Yeah.
So with Jaspers, yes, they are healing. Depending on, which Jasper you've got a hold of will be dependent on what it can provide metaphysically.
Yeah.
I love Jasper.
Ocean Jasper. Someone said they
yes. Ocean Jasper. There's so many. There's hundreds upon hundreds of different Jaspers.
One of the other ones, so someone asked about I think, where was it? Like a stagnant liver, would that be considered sacral? I would put that with solar plexus.
I was going to say, I've always likened it to solar plexus. I mean, I feel like because everything's connected, kind of. Yeah.
I think solar plexus.
Yeah. It's more solar plexus energy than it is sacral though.
And then I can't find, everyone always asks, which I think I think I saw on one of your posts that you do have some of these, maybe just like different colors, but someone asked about the angel aura amethyst.
Yes. You have
these on your next sale.
You have the angel aura amethyst. I have angel aura quartz in
right now. Angel quartz. That's what it was, because I was like, those look different because did you say quartz?
Yeah, because the base of it, like, so in your case, you're holding an actual amethyst, crystal that's covered in the aura treatment.
Yes.
The only difference is that what we have now is quartz covered with so there's not some of them actually are kind of purple on the inside of the base, but they're all amethyst is a form of quartz. Right. It's actually quartz with inclusions in it that makes it purple. So what we have right now is the Angel Aura quartz clusters. I'm so excited about those.
As someone said, when you talked about the rainbow fluorite crystal, I started to cry. Well, I always think about this for heart too. I don't know. I mean,
fluorite, yeah. Well, okay. Think about especially like rainbow fluorite. It's a multitude of colors, so it can easily help a multitude of chakras.
Yeah. So I a lot of times sometimes will use this for the.
Was that the one that made her cry?
Yeah. Well, she said when you talked about it, I don't know if I showed it. Like. So I use that a lot for. Yeah.
I would make a correlation there that was a sensation in your body. You know, you had a visceral reaction. That is no coincidence. So I would trust that it moved you in that way, so it could be moving you to work with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fibroids would be sacral.
Sacral for sure.
Yeah. Anything like within that reproductive
100%
area.
And that goes again for men and women. So if men are having any issues in the sexual organs as well, sacral chakra.
For the sacral chakra and addictions, do you have a crystal that you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. So addiction starts not only. Okay, let me get my words right here. When a chakra or an energy center is out of balance, it can cause dis-ease. So part of addiction is mental as well. And we think about what helps the crown chakra in addition to the mind, the third eye as well, in addition to the other chakras being off that can cause addictive behavior. Number one crystal for addiction is amethyst.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope that so
100% without a doubt. This is the addiction stone.
The addiction stone, amethyst.
Yes. Well, while it has a multitude of other properties and other helpful uses, if you're really wanting to pinpoint down into, an addiction, then I would say definitely start working with amethyst to help with that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Love that. Let's see. Hormones. Would you say
sacral?
Yeah. Would you say what crystal?
Any of the sacral chakra crystals. So anything that we listed off here, me personally, if I am wanting to work on balancing the hormones, if I'm a woman, especially Moonstone, in this case, I have peach Moonstone in the shape of a moon face, but any type of the Moonstones will be wonderful for that. Is highly supportive of the women's reproductive organs, and then also Carnelian. So that would be a good little duo for your hormones.
Yeah.
I would definitely take a look at using both of those for that. That's a great question.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for all these questions. I want to thank all of my viewers for all of your comments. I see you. I acknowledge you. Thank you guys so much. I keep talking. I'm answering her questions, but I want to acknowledge you guys as well.
2 other questions. I'll give them both to you so you can piggyback them. Crystals that could be helpful for depression. And then the second question, crystals enhancing dreaming or remembering your dreams.
Oh my God. So y'all, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and address the dream.
Okay.
I did a really quick reel on this about lucid dreaming and remembering your dreams.
Ooh.
So I have a reel made specifically for that, and I list off all of my favorite crystals for that, and I teach you how to get into a lucid dream state and make that a practice.
I love that. Is that on TikTok or is it on?
It will be on Instagram under our guides section under witchy tips, or I have it on our YouTube shorts as well. Okay. So you can check it out there. But real fast, just listing some of them off. Shaman's Dreamstone, which is also known as Lodolite or garden quartz.
Is that this?
What you got there? I think so. Yeah, it looks like it from my end. It looks like it. I don't have any of these pulled out. Amethyst for sure. Moldavite.
I'll grab them. You name them and then I'll show them.
Yeah. Okay. And also any type of clear quartz, because clear quartz is going to help amplify all of the properties of the crystals that you're placing together to get into that dream state and to remember. So that's just a couple, but go check out that video because I make it really simple for you guys. You got your Moldavite, girl?
This is my Moldavite. You can't really, can you really tell? I don't know. You can't really see it.
Yeah, I can because I know what it is. But Moldavite is, oh my God, just being an Aquarius, I freaking love its alien energy. It's so good. But yeah, go check out that video. Those are some of my favorites for lucid dreaming, dream states, and remembering and dream recall. And then one of my favorite questions to answer is about anxiety and depression. Mm-hmm. Because it is such a, what's the word I'm looking for here, Molly? It's prominent. You know, we all experience anxiety, depression at some time during our life, and we need support with that. So my number one go-to for anxiety and depression is lepidolite. Lepidolite has a natural lithium content within it, and actually it's quite a bit. So we think of, let's talk about just modern day medicine, and a lot of drugs have lithium in there to help with anxiety, depression, and things with the mind as well. So if you want a more natural type of energy to bring to the table, oh yes, girl. And it's so yummy. I love lepidolite.
Hold on. I while you're talking.
Yeah.
But I have a client actually gave this to me for Christmas. You're going to die. Hold on.
Oh my gosh. So if you're wanting to bring a more natural essence of lithium into, oh my God. Stop it right now.
It just, this is a huge chunk of,
oh, she's beautiful. So all of that, that rich, juicy, purple, shiny color, that's the lithium content that's in that crystal. So you can think about how calming and soothing that's going to be to the nervous system, to the mind, the body, the soul. Also, I love white howlite, also known as white buffalo. Howlite is, again, very calming, very soothing to the mind, body, and the soul. And those are things that we definitely want to work on when we're working on the emotions that come with depression and anxiety. It's going to help to calm us down. Both of those great for the crown chakra. So a lot of our ailments that we get with these types of mental dis-ease or just mental things being off, you know, we want to work on the crown chakra. So both of those are going to do that for us. I always love amethyst, to mix some amethyst in there. Again, great for the crown chakra. Amethyst can be very soothing and protective as well. So sometimes we feel like we need a little bit of comfort when we're going through these things. And amethyst is one of those beautiful crystals that will help to comfort you and to help get you through this series or this phase in your life. Or just, it could just be you're going through an episode where it's just like literally it's lasting for 20 minutes. It will help to soothe that and get you through that episode that you might be having. So lepidolite, howlite, and amethyst are my faves for that as far as anxiety and depression. I do not teach classes on feng shui. I'm actually still in the process of learning feng shui, especially with crystals. I did actually just have a guest on the podcast and the YouTube. She is actually studying it. So when she becomes ready, I'm going to have her back on to talk about it. I'm super excited about that. Oh, you guys are so welcome. Thank you for being here.
So, someone asked as well. Okay, hold on. There's a couple of questions.
That's fine. Take your time.
Oh, there's lots of questions. Okay. Okay. So you've already kind of touched on like for how do you use the crystals for hormones, which you talked a lot about, like Moonstone being one, or in Carnelian. And then the other, Sarah asked fertility, well, once again, which you talked about that, and then but also loss, like pregnancy loss. So I mean, those are kind of, they're all balancing the hormone, you know, or I guess, how do you use them? I mean, you kind of talked about,
I'm going to make this very simple for you guys. Okay. So again, it's up to you. Let your imagination guide you as far as using it in the way that you want to actually physically use it. But I preach this, you all. If you've had any chance to go listen to any of my episodes where I talk about using your crystals, number one is setting your intention to do so. You are the power. You are the magic behind everything that you create in your world. And that includes working with your crystals. Your crystals are your metaphysical tools in your toolbox to help amplify, project, and enhance the energy that you are already creating. So I'm just going to throw this out as an example, but it will blanket anything and everything that you want to do. So let's say I want to use my Carnelian to increase my libido. Okay, but you could also use the Carnelian to help with the womb space, to help heal it, to help energize it, or whatever, to help with fertility or to help heal. So all I'm going to do is set my intention with the crystal. I'm actually going to charge it with my intention to work in my highest light and highest honor. And if it's okay with you, Molly, I'll just give a brief example.
Yes. I'm gonna let you do that, because you know I've been on before and I drank lots of water, and I said before I have a tiny tank.
Go. Quit holding it. Go.
You're doing that. I'm gonna run to the restroom and I'll come right back.
So this is what you're gonna do, guys. You are going to place the crystal next to your heart chakra. And I do that on purpose because the heart chakra is open to receiving energy. So if I'm wanting to fully connect to my crystal, I want to be around the energy center that's going to do that. So anybody go ahead and grab a crystal and let's just try it at home. All right, let's place it next to our heart chakra. And we're going to take some deep breaths together, and we're going to get more calm. We're going to get more centered, and we're going to get more focused on what we are doing here. So we're setting the intention and charging the crystal with our intention. Let's take some deep breaths together. Now, I am already starting to feel that connection. I feel this physically, yes, on my chest, but I'm actually feeling an energy exchange starting to happen. And you can continue to do that deep breathing until it feels correct to you. There is no rule. So it might take you 2 breaths, it might take you 5 breaths, however it feels good to you. Now, when I'm in that state of relaxation and feeling that connectedness, I am going to actually physically say out loud what it is I want to achieve with my crystal. I like to say it out loud. You do not have to. You can say this in your mind if you want to. Carnelian, I ask that you connect your energy and frequency to my energy and frequency. And let's co-create together an environment that increases my libido. Let's ignite my sacral chakra so I can feel the passion, the lust, the energized sexual organs that will help me to increase my libido. And so it is. And it's literally as simple as that, guys. And you can continue to talk to your crystal and affirm and claim and say what it is. Use your mantra. I don't care what the words are. It's whatever you want it to be. Continue to say that until it feels good to you and you feel that connection. And then once you've done that, you have now sufficiently charged your crystal with your powerful intention. You are the power behind all of this, guys. Now what I'm going to do is either I can go into meditation. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. I can either go into meditation with my crystal laid on my sacral chakra and let it further connect there. I've already set my intention. I know it's working in my highest light and highest honor. I can carry it around with me and be connected to the energy all day that way. I can wear it. I can keep it around my dwelling. I love putting this underneath the bed. I have a whole crystal grid underneath my bed made of carnelian, red jasper, clear quartz, and some other things to help with the passion, the sensuality, and just the love, for the bedroom. You can do things like this. Actually placing them in the house somewhere can make a major, major difference. So think about how you would want to work with your crystal after you've set the intention with it. I love carrying it with me. I love meditating with it. I love wearing it. But I also like to grid with them as well. And I like looking at them. So like every time, like say I have this set just on my dresser in my bedroom or something, every time I pass it, I am now sending a ping up into the universe, reminding myself and the universe of the intention I set with this. So guess what? It is igniting that energy again to work in my highest light and my highest honor.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
It's all about your intention. It's all about connecting, working with them, setting the intention, placing them on your body. What I always say, whatever feels good to you. If you want to wear a bracelet, if you want to put something in your pocket, if you want to meditate and lay it on your womb space, your heart space for pregnancy and loss. That is so difficult and a lot of times not talked about a lot, and the emotional pain and then the anxiety that comes with that. And so for me, from an energetic standpoint, like using, like you said, like the Moonstone or the Carnelian, but also what you mentioned before, bringing in that rose quartz to help that heart chakra, as well as maybe a patchy tear for that grief. And 100%. Almost placing your hand not only on your sacral, but also on your heart. Laying in that space, maybe putting rose quartz and a patchy tear on your heart, and then, Moonstone on the womb, and really just connecting that, allowing that, balancing those energies. So I don't know.
I think that's beautiful. And I'm a big believer in combining crystal energy. So I use crystals by themselves, but I'm often using two crystals at the very least at once.
Yeah.
Think about how I had you hold the crystal next to your heart chakra because it's very receptive to energy. Mm-hmm. It only makes sense that if we even just keep our hands there to acknowledge that we are taking care of these energy centers. Because so often, if we've had a loss or we've had something traumatic happen, or we're trying to work on something, let's say the sacral chakra, do I love myself enough to even do this? Well, because if you don't, you're going to be limited to what you can achieve. So the heart chakra is so freaking important. And that's why I always incorporate it into crystal practice.
So here's like rose quartz. Here's the black Apache tear.
So great for grief, guys. Yeah. So great. Apache tear #1.
So there's like 3 other questions. Okay. So I'll just put them all out there and then you. Okay. Yeah. So first, crystal that would be good for helping to let go. Second, vertigo, for vertigo, and third, astral travel.
All right. So astral travel is going to be same as the lucid dreaming crystals. So, moldavites, clear quartz, shaman's dream stone, blue kyanites. I'm leaving things out here off the top of my head.
Labradorite.
Yeah, labradorite. Yes, thank you. Labradorite is another one. But I have like my fave.
Yeah, you have the reel. There's a reel. And
if you guys want to check that out. But all of those are great for astral travel. I actually did an experiment with myself for lucid dreaming and astral traveling. And the crystals that I have in that reel are what I used. And I actually placed them underneath my pillow every night. And girl, let me tell you, my dreams were off the freaking chain.
Yeah.
And I was teaching myself, I was practicing how to astral travel safely, come back to my body, but also like remembering what I had dreamed, and then also controlling those dreams to my benefit.
That's awesome.
And yeah, I did a practice with this, and you know, I was just, you know, sharing the knowledge that I found through that. But yeah, check that out. The other one was letting go. A lot of things with letting go, honey. There's lots of different crystals for this. Me personally, what I prefer, or anything with the heart chakra, there is still a tethered emotional connection to whatever it is you're wanting to let go. It might not even be a person. It could be a job. It could be anything. So when there's a tethered energetic connection to something, the heart chakra is 100% always involved. So we want to think of things that are going to help us to self-love, so we are then able to move forward to do the things that we then want to do. So rose quartz, always a great one. Green aventurine is another one. Green aventurine.
I don't have that one.
Dioptase is a gorgeous crystal for this.
Don't have that. But I do have rose quartz.
Yeah, everybody's got to have some rose quartz in their collection. Malachite is another one. Ooh. So think of your heart chakra centered crystal. Yes. Ooh, I love me some malachite. So think of your heart chakra centered crystals to help you to release what is no longer serving you, so you can love yourself enough in order to move forward. You can't move forward with anything until you have released. Also, I would suggest maybe adding in some selenite there to help clear the energetic cord. There might still be a tether there as well. And then what was the other one? I'm so sorry. What was the other one?
Vertigo.
Oh, vertigo. So anything associated with the brain, excuse me, the mind, excuse me, let me get a drink of water. Anything associated with the headspace. I have suffered from vertigo ever since I was 18, off and on. So I totally empathize with anyone that goes through this. Azurite. Let me get my azurite. It's right up here. And y'all are going to laugh because I am totally like business on the top and casual on the bottom. Like, look at this. Like, this is real life, y'all.
Yeah.
So I'm like the mullet of fashion right now. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is my all-time favorite for vertigo, and also for my.
Can you say it again?
Yes, it's azurite.
Oh God, yes. I'll show you mine. Oh, okay. So that's good for vertigo. Okay.
Yes. Right. So also for anyone that suffers from migraines, azurite is so freaking good for this, guys. So I always encourage you to use your azurite if anything wanky's going on. Or maybe like if you feel like an episode's getting ready to come on, or you feel like a migraine's starting, grab your azurite. Yeah. Also,
is this good for astral traveling too?
Yeah, I love azurite. Is so freaking punchy and high vibration. It has almost like that otherworldly vibe to it. Yeah. So yes, it would be so good for that.
But especially vertigo, head pressure.
Yeah, anything with the brain, anything with the mind, anything with the headspace.
Yeah.
Like physically, if we're talking like physical things.
Yes.
Also blue calcite is phenomenal for this, because we do have some inflammatory things that are happening when vertigo does occur, and blue calcite is so soothing and calming. It helps to cool the inflammation. It's another blue crystal that I 100% love. I'm going to grab mine real fast so you guys can see.
I don't have any blue calcite.
I love it for so many things. Whenever there's inflammation involved, blue calcite is a go-to for me.
Blue calcite for inflammation in the body?
Yes.
So any type of inflammation?
Any type. So blue calcite. You can see it has that icy blue look to it. So just like visually, you can make a correlation like, oh my God, that is going to cool down the fire.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So that is another one. But I would say 100% azurite when it comes to the vertigo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you. So Well, you know, as you know, like we talk all the time about just, you know, these chakras, but we also have, I think it's like 114 other chakras in our body.
Yeah.
And one chakra that I'm really big on working on is the ear chakras, which, from my knowledge or from, you know, they are magenta in color. So you also, you know, I don't really know. Are there any crystals that are like magenta in natural crystals in color? Or no?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't have one like around.
Would ruby or no? Like that's not, or like.
I mean, you could. Like, it depends on the type of ruby, right? So some rubies are really dark in color, and some are really nice. But like garnets.
The one that well, you can't really see, but
that's okay. That's it. That's pink garnet. So
pink garnet.
So pink garnets can be really, really dark in pink, or they can be really, really hot pink. And so any type of pink garnet is going to be great for that. Cobaltin calcite is great for this area. Okay. You know, a lot of times you're going to associate with the heart chakra.
Sure. Yes.
But if you're going for the magenta color, the cobaltin calcite is great for that. Also, I want to touch on that, in my learnings and you know, what's been presented to me, what makes sense to me too, is that anything associated with the third eye will wrap around and correlate. So you can make a correlation here that it's going to affect the ear chakras as well.
Yeah.
So anything that is third eye related, I would recommend, and just play with it, Molly, and see if you can see a difference.
Okay.
You know, with the ear chakras when using your third eye crystals. So things like labradorite, amethyst, fluorites. Oh God, there's so many, and of course my brain is not letting me think of them.
Someone said magenta fluorite.
Yeah, so fluorite, exactly. So there's pink fluorites out there that do have a magenta color. And you think of it associated with the third eye, then wrapping around to the ears.
That'd be great. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Great suggestion. Yes. What do you? Oh, I've carried Numite before. Great question, Love and Light 330. I've only been able to carry it once because it is a rare mineral. So it is. My knowledge is limited on Numite, especially working with it metaphysically. I do have one in my personal collection. It's faceted, so it's like kind of like jewelry. But it is said to be the connection between the heaven and earth. So, you know, Moldavite has that same aspect to it. All of your like alien crystals have that same aspect to it. But Numite has that as well. So you think of things like a strophalite too that have that same look to it. You are able to connect heaven and earth. So if you are wanting a more higher self connection, you're wanting to connect with spirit, ancestors, spirit guides, aliens. Maybe you want to connect to aliens. Numite is so freaking good.
Do you have a Numite? I don't know. What
I do. It's like across the house in another
What does it look like, or what is it?
So are you familiar with a strophalite?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe
okay. So like say the matrix or the base of the stone. Mine's real tiny. Like I don't even know if it would show up good on camera. Okay. But it's rare. It has a darker matrix to it. Usually looks black. And then it has these sprays of gold that move through it that flash. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous crystal. I've only been able to carry it once since I've had Our Mother's crystals. I'm hoping that I'll get the chance to again.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. The big crystal on my desk is orange calcite. Yes. My orange calcite.
That is so pretty. It's so gorgeous.
Victoria.
It just makes you happy, you know?
It does, right? And that's why I have it in the center of the house to invoke that happiness and that joy.
How do you spell Num?
It's Nuumite. Numite.
Numite. All right.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, Victoria, for asking.
I think I got.
I will have these during my next live sale.
Yeah, did you post it on your TikTok, these ones?
No, I think I just I didn't make a video of these. So I just
Where did I see it? I felt like I saw, oh, maybe it was on Instagram.
I had it on Instagram as a still photo. I still like taking still photos, you all.
Yes.
Sorry. But yeah, it's on Instagram.
Okay.
That's probably where you saw it.
Yeah, because I was like, oh my gosh, those are amazing. Because I saw you hold it, and I'm like, that's like the size that of her whole entire hand, actually bigger than the palm.
Yeah.
So, well, can you think of anything else? Anybody else have any questions or anything? So maybe tell them when your live sale is again. So so I can.
Yes, I want to do that, but I also want to let my followers know about you. So how can people find you, follow you, get Reiki from you? This is my personal Reiki master healer that I do go see. So would you?
Just Sunflower Soul Healing. You can set up sessions, distance, in person. I am having a Zoom class the 26th for Reiki 1.
Oh, nice.
Let's see what else. And then of course I teach in person, private. So YouTube, we'll post it.
And so even if you're not looking to get the healing from Reiki, maybe you're wanting to actually become a Reiki practitioner, Molly can do that for you. Mm-hmm. I love Molly so much. Doug has been to see Molly as well. And Doug, if any of you all saw my Instagram stories about that, he was like, she's the real deal, y'all.
Well, thank you.
And Doug don't say that about everybody. Doug will be truthful. Doug knows about people's energy. So
he was sweet.
Oh, he enjoyed it so much. So for me, Our Mother's Crystals on Instagram, the reason it has that name is I am providing the crystals from our Mother Earth. And that name was presented to me in a shamanic journey that I took. So Our Mother's Crystals on Instagram. It's OMC Crystal Shop here on TikTok. It's the Crystalline Network for the podcast and the YouTube to learn about all things crystal, metaphysical, and spirituality related. Molly was a guest on one of our episodes.
And I will say, if you all want to know anything about crystals, or you give so much amazing, her YouTube channel is awesome. There's so much information. Same on her Instagram, just like someone who was asking about dreaming and the list, she'll give you there's just, you could be on there all day and just just learn. So it's awesome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Molly. Yeah. My Etsy is no longer a thing. So the Etsy store is down. So I have transitioned everything either to our website, to our live sales, or to our new OMC sales page on Instagram. So if you like to just buy crystals at your leisure, maybe you don't want to join a live sale, we have the story sales in place for that on Our Mother's Crystals. We have a sales page on Instagram, which is brand new. It's called OMC Sales.
Well, I'm not on there yet, and I need to know this. So you now have a sales page where you can actually just buy off there, anytime?
Yeah, I have it. Everything's just in our feed. That's available.
And it's, what is that? Sorry.
No. You're fine. It's called OMC Sales. And I'm just kind of adding things as I have time. And then, of course, our website, again, not a lot of our inventory is on there because most of it is reserved for these mega live sales that we have. Our next ones are going to be the 24th, 25th, 26th of February. A lot of this stuff I am going to have in the sale just by chance. And then we're going to have a story sale all day for 24 hours the Thursday before.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a long weekend for me.
Yeah.
It's it accommodates everybody. So if we're doing it every day, we're having a live, it's at a different time. So maybe you live halfway across the world, you're still going to be able to join us at some point.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then let's see when Reiki 2 class will be. I'm not for sure yet. After the 26th, then I'll figure out to do Reiki 2, but I will keep you posted.
You're a busy girl, Molly.
Yeah. Well, does anyone else have any questions?
Thank you, Brittany, and thank you, Chrissy. She said, Brittany said, but it's so fun all weekend long. And that just means the world to me because I really do try to have like a really good vibe during our live sales. It should be fun. It should not be stressful. Yeah. And then Chrissy said, when she says mega sell, she means mega sale.
It is. And it gets, and for anyone who's never been on them, it does, you get like, I will be on there and I'm like, oh, I need that one. And then I like try and type it in really, really fast. You know, you have to be quick, you have to be quick to, so yeah, I can get like obsessive. Probably I need to work on my sacral chakra during your life sale so I don't become obsessively buying. And then someone asked, or Leah asked again, are tumbled crystals good? But they're all.
Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah, they're just,
I get that question a lot. Does size matter? Yes and no. Mm-hmm. So the more crystal you have, the more energy you have.
Yeah.
Just naturally. I mean, that just makes sense. You're going to have more concentrated energy in a larger crystal. But we can't walk around carrying 5 pounds of orange calcite with us for our sacral chakra all day. So that's where, right. I mean, seriously. So that's where the crystal tumbles come into play, because then we can wrap them into jewelry and wear them. We can put them in our pocket and carry them with us. So we have that energy beside us. We can lay them on us during meditations so we can absorb the energy from the crystal to help it to enhance. We can put them in our bras, ladies, to carry around our heart chakra during the day.
Yeah, so, like the little heart,
Yeah, like
put it in your pocket.
Yeah, so
I put things in my pocket all the time.
Yeah, these are still so beneficial, so useful, regardless of the size. As long as you set your intention with it to work your magic, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll be doing.
I'll get a bigger purse. I love that. I carry them in my purse every day.
I guess our next will be solar plexus.
Yes, one of my favorites to talk about. Real fast, Love and Light 330 asks, any good stone for the hand chakra? So Molly, this will be a good one for you, especially with your Reiki, to increase healing. 100%, without a doubt, it's clear quartz, the master healer for the hand chakras. It's going to help to expand. It's going to help to open up. It's going to help to ignite. It's going to help to amplify the energy of the actual hand chakras themselves. So clear quartz, 100%. Brittany said it's her birthday on the 24th. She's going to come hang with us on her birthday.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. What a fun way to spend your birthday.
I have a question. I have like a question. Personal question. So like, right, this clear quartz, but then it has like all these like baby
inclusions.
Okay, inclusions coming off of it. So is that
all
just
the terminations on the outside?
See these? See?
Yes.
This is from you.
Yeah, those are secondary terminations on
the outside. Like, is it just almost like projecting the energy out even more? Like, or
yeah, I mean, so when it comes to like a crystal cluster, so that would be considered a cluster, Molly, because it's not just one lone termination. I'm going to grab mine here. So this is a quartz cluster. So this is what clusters can look like. They can look like Molly's. They can look like this. They're all the same thing. So the energy, instead of radiating out in one direction, like say I just had one lone termination, it's going to radiate out wherever I point it. This is now radiating out in all directions. Yeah. So there is a little bit of an energetic difference when it comes to clusters. Like, right. Instead of maybe just a tower termination. Right.
And then is this called something? Is this, I thought you said like one time, or it's like a clear quartz on top of a clear quartz, but see, this one's down and this is.
So no, like actual metaphysical, like, name for it. It would be considered a quartz cluster because it is more than one termination. They are intersecting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like,
is there like a soul? No, there's not. I don't know why I thought there was.
It's like it's kind of like it's not a twin termination.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What's a twin? This isn't a twin termination.
No, because they're not facing the same direction.
They have to face the same direction. Okay. Yeah, this is. I mean, it's like, see it. It's like.
It's really cool. This is where the trade names and stuff, it gets a little wonky because here's what I would call it. I would call it a sister termination.
Okay.
Even though they are not facing the same direction, because some people will say a sister termination, oh, they got to be together and they got to be pointing both this way. Mm-hmm. Well, who says? Like, who made that rule?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And that's where trade names come into play and can make things a little wonky. So in my eyes, I would call that a sister termination, two crystals growing together, intersecting.
But what was the other one? Soul?
Twins.
Do you have one to show?
Well, I know I do somewhere. Most of my clusters are in the...
As I ask my personal questions.
No. Can you hang on for just a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what I can find.
Well, I've just heard of that, and I thought, oh, maybe mine is maybe this one that I use all the time is a...
Okay. I don't know if this is going to show up on very well. It might. It might not. Okay. This is a Damberite. Can you see this termination here and this one here?
Yes, and it's called, again, sorry, my brain, I want to say a soul something, and it's not. What is it?
This is a twin.
Twin.
Yeah,
like a twin flame. Like a twin
Yeah, this is a twin termination.
Okay.
So it's where two terminations are growing side by side, but they are also interconnecting, and they're moving in the same direction. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
It might be hard to pick up on camera here just because
No, I can see it. And then there's one that looks like it's like sideways.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's got a little sidekick friend.
Yeah.
On the side here. They're kind of hugging it out. Yeah. And then so like with a sister termination on how that would be different, where the twins are two separate terminations that are, together, but you can tell that they have a separate, beginning. A sister termination, or wait a minute, I'm getting that mixed up. I'm sorry. Jesus.
Sister, soul, twin. I don't know.
Jesus, Dana, get it together.
Well, I couldn't even remember twins.
So the sisters are the ones I'm so sorry, guys. The sisters are the ones that sit side by side, and then they're together, but they have a separate beginning. So with a twin, you actually have one beginning, and then it splits into two terminations.
Cool. So it'd be good for the twin flame worker. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, right?
I mean, I think it would be very beneficial. It brings the energies together. If you think about it, so that the energy of the two separate terminations are now together. So you can make a correlation of bringing energy together.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much
for my Reiki 1 class. I think it's like a week before, because I do have to order.
You're welcome.
I think Julia. I put 7 days. So it's 26 because I order you a book. So I have to make sure you get the book. Someone asked that. Sorry.
No. By all means.
Okay. Will we be posting the live chakra series? Yes. So Dana will have it on hers. I will have it on mine. I have to figure out, because I did my whole Reiki live before, and it'll be like a 4 hour. I have to figure out how to if I can split it and then do it separately. That's why I was almost thinking to get off and then come back on.
Well, it's weird. I do want to tell you this time, Molly, I kept trying to invite you on as a guest because I went live separate, and it said you were not invitable.
Huh.
Isn't that weird?
Well, I don't know. Yeah. So
I know it worked fine last time. I don't know what the deal is.
I don't know.
Yes, we'll have these. She'll have it reposted on her YouTube, guys. You can actually, we have the root one on there as well already. So if you want to go back and watch the root chakra, and then it'll be on our YouTube as well for you guys to rewatch.
Yeah, I'm excited. Whoop, whoop,
whoop. Yay!
All right, let's see. Any other questions? What was the name of the plant lady jewelry? What was the name? Is it plant? On Instagram.
It's Hey Plant Lady Studio.
Like Hey H-E-Y?
Like hey.
Okay, like H-E-Y.
H-E-Y, Plant Lady Studio. Tell her I sent you. She will take very good care of you.
That's really, really.
Isn't that gorgeous? I'm so obsessed with it. I just want to do everything with this hand.
Yeah.
I'm just resting here on the couch, but I love it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll sign off unless you have anything else to add.
I am good. I just want to thank everyone for always joining us, as you guys always do. Thank you for all of my followers and viewers on this side connecting with Molly. I want to thank Molly's viewers for connecting with us. I enjoy these so much. I always enjoy time with Molly. But just, thank you guys for your energy, for your questions, for being open to this type of healing magic, and just being a part of this with all of us. We love you.
Yeah. And Leah said, I cannot wait for your crystal sale.
Oh, well, we'd be honored to have you come join us.
So
they're so much fun. Lots of magic, lots of energy.
Yes, they are. All right. Well, I guess we'll head off and I don't know, we'll post our next, it'll be next month.
So we'll get ready for the solar plexus in March. We'll go ahead and pick a day for that, and then we'll announce when we have that all set. And then, the solar plexus for me is a lot of it does come into manifesting and abundance and prosperity and growth and things of that nature. So it's always a fun one for me to talk about.
Love it. I'm excited. I think sometimes I remember doing the event, but I think I can't remember how many weeks in advance.
It wouldn't let us go ahead and schedule it. It was too far out.
Yeah. So, but we'll post it whenever we can. So
yeah, as soon as we can.
All right. Well, thanks guys. And I just have to give a shout out to my Chiefs. Go Chiefs.
Are you a Chiefs fan?
Oh, girl. I am a huge.
Wait a minute.
I'm from Kansas City. That's
right. Because you and Doug talked about this, and I didn't know that about you. And then he came home and told me. I was like, "What?"
Yeah, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. Yes, I love. I love my Chiefs.
So go Chiefs. So Doug's over here rooting for the Chiefs, baby. So
okay, good.
We'll be right there with you, girl.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, bye.
All right, bye, guys.
See ya.